Hey Chicago, and welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Starr, aka Miss Hip Hop. And today we have a dope guest with us. I would say she's dope. She's an actor, she's a singer, and she is a producer of her own production company called D's Flowers. D's Sunflowers, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
And she's from California, y'all. And she's, by the way, of Michigan. So we're going to get into that. And yeah, so without further ado, bringing up next to the mic, like I said, all the way from California, my homegirl, Doris Bumpus. What's up?
Hi, how are you all? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy you came along, man. I really like what you do, your style, and I want to actually get into that.
Okay.
What drew me to you was the fact that you played Billie Holiday in a playwright. And I thought that was incredible because there's not a lot of people that can embody her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you did a wonderful job singing Strange Fruits. That captured my soul. It just felt like when she first came out with the song, like thinking like, oh, it's so beautiful. And the way she sung it was beautiful, but she sung it from the soul of the pain that she was talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk about that.
I was just kind of take you on the journey of how I came about doing her story. A friend of mine had a birthday party and she loved Them Their Eyes. And so she loved the movie. Her favorite movie was Lady Sings the Blues, and which that's loosely based on the Billie Holiday story. And so I had been looking for a one-woman show, and I was thinking, I said, I wonder, is there something out there about Billie Holiday? And when I did the Google search, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill came up. And Audrey McDowell, who is Broadway's royalty, was the person that starred in that particular stage play. And it was done, like I said, in New York. And they ended up doing like a film of that particular show. And so I was able to see it and watch it. And I was like, I could do that. And part of the show, music soundtrack has got Strange Fruit. So we ended up, I researched to find out if I could get the license, and I did. And so we were able to get the license and, went through everything to, put the show up. And Strange Fruit, of course, is one of the most iconic songs that she had done. And so we had a really good run. I did the show in 2018, 2019. And so my musical director, who was also my Jimmy in that particular production, he said, why don't we just produce the song? Because he kind of did his own arrangement. Mm-hmm. Both of us come from gospel background. Yeah. And what I loved about working with him is, his approach to the music was, there's only one Billie Holiday. Yeah. So you are a singer within your own right. You just need to tell the story. Mm-hmm. But we musically, you have to do who you are. You have to be true to who you are. So we did kind of put a different approach on Strange Fruit, and really, I brought my gospel flair to it and my own pain and things that I had dealt with in my era of, dealing with racism and what have you. And that's how we came up with the song and the whole concept.
Well, that was pretty dope, like I said, because like you said, there's only one Billie Holiday and she's so iconic. So for people like us to continue on carrying her legacy and telling her story, it's incredible.
It really is. And I'm amazed at how because I think she would be 102 or 3 right now. 107. Yeah, because she just would have had a birthday. Yeah. And I was just thinking, like, why are we still intrigued with her? But it really is her story. It was such, it was tragic, and but then there were some, really good spots there as well for her as an artist. And it's just amazing that her story is still alive today. And I'm just excited to be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, because Honestly, I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I just felt like, the people that play her, like you and Andre Day, in the Billie Holiday, the not documentary, but I just say film. But
Yeah.
I felt like she visited you guys and was like, okay, do this, do that,
She does. It's interesting because I was asking my husband the other day, I said, is it weird for me to say I love her? Because I just feel like, in studying her story, I've, viewed, lots and lots of footage, read about her books and what have you. And it's like I know her and I can feel her through the songs. It's like I can look in her eyes. I call myself, I consider myself an empath. So I'm able to really kind of feel people and just kind of what they're dealing with. And through some of the footage, you can just see, some of the things that she was going with. So when I'm doing the show, that's what I try to do. I put myself in her position. What would she be feeling, saying these things and recounting her story, what was going on in her mind. And so that's how I'm able to, I guess, embody her, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that you're an empath and that's how you kind of like, feel through people. And that I saw that, how was it like meeting the man who arrested Billie Holiday, like backstage?
Right. So the way that came about, his daughter, so we did a Sunday series in San Francisco at Boxcar Theater. And so it was every Sunday starting in February, every third Sunday in February, we did 2 shows, a 3:00 show and an 8:00 show. And this was my last show on Father's Day in June. And a woman came up to me and she said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And so I was, of course. And so we were taking a picture. She said, "My dad arrested Billie Holiday. He was a arresting officer when she was doing a show here in San Francisco." And that he always talks about it. And it always bothered him that he had to do that because she was a great artist, but he had the warrant there and it was his job, and it was something he had to do. So when he went to the club that she was at to arrest her, he let her, he told him that he was there, but let her finish the show and then told her, "Okay, come on, I'm going to have to, you do have to go with me afterwards." But he didn't, make a scene of it. I guess he did arrest her because I have the actual handcuffs. And so, but, he said she just came down to the station and then, I guess they must, she log her in or sign her in, and then she ended up leaving, right out. But he was saying how that always stuck in his heart and how he hated that he had to do that because she was such a lovely woman. And he was really nice to me. And I ended up, we went over and met with him and I sang to him and I went to his birthday party and you could just see kind of the, it's almost like it gave him a resolve because it bothered him that he had to do that. And so I don't know how, whatever his thing was going on in his mind, I guess he connected the two of us and it just kind of gave him a resolve of that time.
I felt that. You know how old he was? His age?
90. He had to be like I think it was like 96 or 97.
Wow.
He didn't look it because he was a very handsome man. Even in his older age, he was really just really nice. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. So, but it was the time, and so he had to do his job.
Yeah, it was just strange watching it because there you go, strange. But it just
right.
Like, in the movie she was like, well, your grandchildren will be knowing this song. Like I
right.
And there you have it.
Yes, and absolutely. Her godson is one of the he is the he is one of the we have a transit system out here. It's called BART. It's the like the rail system, electric rail system, and he is one of the executives on that particular board. And I actually invited him to one of our shows. He wasn't able to attend it, but he did respond back to me and say thank you. And I'm getting ready to do the show again, and so I'll invite him again. So hopefully he can come.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about your previous life in
Okay.
Michigan. What part of Michigan were you from?
Detroit. I was born in Detroit, but raised in Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay. Grand Rapids in the house. Shout out.
Okay. Oh, you know Grand Rapids?
Yeah. I have many artists that come on here from Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I went to East Kentwood High School, graduated from there.
That's cool. So
yeah.
your experience living in Detroit and then like making that transition onto Cali.
So I had never actually lived in Detroit. I was adopted at the age of 2. My mother was 14 when she had me, so she gave me up for adoption. And so the folks that adopted me lived in Grand Rapids. So that's where I was actually raised. I know all my history is there. Grand Rapids was, I was happy because my dad's a minister. So he was called to a church out here to California. And I was super happy to be moving to California because I always knew I wanted to, be in the industry, so to speak. And we ended up, so we came out here right after I graduated from high school. And I went to LA and college and what have you. And it was an interesting transition, but it worked well for me because I love California. And so I went to school in Southern California for about a year or so, and then I came back to the Bay Area, and I've been here ever since. But I was glad to be away from Grand Rapids. I'm sorry, I have family there, but California is home to me.
I definitely feel that. Now talk about the first time you had the epiphany to start your production company, because that's interesting. You're an owner.
Yeah. So what happened was, so I started really acting about 10 years ago. And, auditioning, and it's a really, it's very competitive. I have a job my day job, I've been there for it'll be 24 years in June. And, I'm a manager on my job as well. So what started to happen was when you go to these auditions, and some people, this is their life. This is their livelihood. This is how they make their living. And, for me, it's like, I'm the type of person where your no doesn't mean that I wasn't good enough. It just means that I didn't fit the part, right? And so, and I just got tired of kind of hearing and that whole thing that was going on. And I was like, I think I could do this myself. And so I just researched, how do you go about doing a show? And we've done other things in church because I'm really active in my church. And so I just researched, what would it be like to do do your own show? And I had saw a one-woman show by Vanessa Conaway had did it. Vanessa Calloway? Is it Calloway? Calloway, I'm sorry. Vanessa Calloway. And she did Zora Neale Hurston. It was a one-woman show. And I tried my hardest to get to that playwright to say, hey, can I do that show? And she was like, no, this is specifically for her. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my own. And so that's how I started researching. And then, at that point, it was like, I could produce this myself. And that's how the Sunflower came about, is, to produce my own show. And, we're working on doing some other things as well in the future. But, I tell a lot of my little young millennial friends, my children, you put yourself in a really good position when you have other options in life. Okay. If you want to work a 9 to 5, great. But always have something for yourself, right? Always, and have other things. So all your eggs aren't in one basket. So if this person tells you no, you're like, you know what? I got something to do over here. So when I didn't make this audition, I didn't get this commercial, whatever, I knew that I had my, production company. I was working on something, for me. If something didn't work out and, maybe on my job or something, it's like, you know what? I have something else that I'm working on. So everything is just not all in one basket, and you have other things to look forward to, other things to work on. And it just keeps you relevant, keeps you, I guess, busy. And, so that's kind of how that came about.
That is so freaking inspirational right there. You were not deteriorated by the word no. You were actually motivated. And
Motivating.
that's a beautiful thing because a lot of people get like stuck in the box, like, oh, I can't do it, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But you can though.
You
So,
can.
let me ask you a question. Since you know you can, what do you think about the theory of it takes 10 years to like actually achieve your dream? You never heard
Yeah, you know, again, in the time that we live in now, restrictions and these timelines, they really are, it's almost like it's a moot point because I mean, just look at the way the world is today. The world around us is forever changing, right? And so the only reason why you're limited is because you limited yourself. All the knowledge is out there. I think about me coming up and even trying to research certain things. I had to go to certain people to get it. Well, now all that stuff is here. You can make your own videos, your own music. Think about when we were, folks were dependent upon these record labels and these record companies, right? You can do your own, and if you buy the equipment and cut your own record and put it out on digital platforms all over, because there's several different other platforms out there. The main thing for folks today, in today's time, is educating yourself. To me, timelines, they don't mean anything. It's up to you how hard you are willing to work, how much you are going to discipline yourself, what type of research are you going to do, what's your networking like, who are you connecting yourself to, right? That to me is way more important or relevant than putting timelines on yourself.
I get it. So it's like, it's not so much of what you know, is who you know too. Oh, like, that makes
Yes. Who you know is super important. Because a lot of things we see out here and we compare ourselves to, people have they know people, they have connections. They'll say, hey, my son or my daughter's friend has this, can you bring them over? And we kind of collaborate on certain things, and that's how stuff happens. So no time limits, no timelines.
No timelines, and educating yourself makes you timeless.
That's right. You spoke a word right there. That's right. Makes yourself timeless.
Definitely. Hey, Doris, girl. So many questions to ask. Like, where do I start? Okay, so I just want to talk about your 2 EPs, but I want to talk about the first one, God Bless the Child, the special tribute that you did to Billie Holiday. How did you come up with complications of songs on that particular album? What are your favorite, or were they the most popular?
They were some of the couple of the popular ones. And then God Bless the Child, of course, was, again, if you look at you listen to Billie Holiday and several folks that have done God Bless the Child, they pretty much do it kind of similar. This particular arrangement, my musical director, Willis Hickerson Jr., who produced the EP for me, he put a different spin on it. He was the musical director for the Wilmington Chester choir. So his stamp on that particular music really had a lot to do with, it's a total arrangement, is one of the reasons why we came up with this. And the other songs, of course, Strange Fruit, and then the other ones were kind of some of the popular ones that she did. Yeah.
Popular ones, yeah. Wow. I was wondering that because I did go back and forth. I was like, let me listen to God Bless the Child when Billie Holiday sang it, when Doris Bumpus sang that. You feel me? Yeah. And the difference that I caught was, I feel like it was just obvious. Like, just the sounding of it was like, okay, I'm back in the 1920s, and then now I'm here in the 2020s. I just heard that difference, and I saw that bridge. Like, it wasn't no longer a gap. It was clear.
Okay. So did you feel, and I'm curious to ask you, did you feel so it was okay that I did that arrangement, because I was kind of like, I wonder if people are offended by that, but that's just kind of what, the song spoke to me in that way.
No, it wasn't offensive. It made more clarity because I was not born in that period. I'm here, and
Okay, I like that.
I like the fact that you even chose that song, God Bless the Child, because that song was iconic in its own way too. Maybe not as popular, so to speak, as the others, like Strange Fruit, but she was talking about her mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her mom was like,
Right.
I can't keep giving you money.
Right.
And she was like, okay, Billy had that attitude, man.
Yeah. She said that she asked her mother for money, and she told her no, and she said, well, to herself, well, God.
It froze, Doris. Dang. God bless the child that has his own, basically. Oh no, I have to stop it. Doris, can you hear me? Did you still in here? Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna edit this part, okay? Hold on. Stop. No, she's still in here. Invite. It is really starting. It might be my computer, y'all. I was so sorry. My internet went out.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we've been going in and out with ours as well.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it's just not an Illinois thing.
No.
I'm just trying to get rid of this so I can see everything. What the heck? Upgrade? No, I'm not upgrading. Okay, 1 second, Doris, because it's not even.
No problem.
I don't know what the heck. Okay, well, anyway, I just can't see myself. I can see you, and it's still recording, so that's perfect. Okay, so let me go on to my next questions. Like I said, the arrangement itself was just a beautiful piece,
Okay.
And you definitely paid homage to Billie Holiday, definitely,
Okay, good. I'm glad.
You're welcome. Let me ask you a question, because you did a lot of plays, sis. The play I want to ask you about is for colored girls who considered suicide at the end of the rainbow, Lady Brown. That part.
That was really a challenge for me, because the director that I worked with, Terrence Ivory, he actually is the first person that kind of gave me my shot in this whole world of acting. He was doing The Wiz, and that's how I did The Wiz with him. And he was a professor at this community college, and so they were doing for colored girls. And so he cast me for the Lady in Brown, and it was interesting because I was the oldest one there, and that particular piece has a lot of monologues. And so that was really my first experience with doing monologues, and it was interesting, and but the fact that I was able to get through it was a neat experience. And then the young ladies that I did the show with, they were phenomenal, and just working with them and their energy just really inspired me to just continue on and know that there is a place, continue to know there is a place and in this particular field, for me, and that I can work with any age group, any demographic, I can work with them. So it was fun. It was a really intense piece. I think the Lady in Red, hers was the most dramatic piece. So I'm glad. At first I wanted that, but I'm glad someone else had to do that, because that was a lot of gripping emotion into that particular character.
Lady Red, that's the one that was.
That's Janet Jackson. Yeah, that was. I think that was that. No, that was Yeah, you're right. Kim. Was it Kimberly Elise? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, that was where the baby, her baby was.
Yeah, that one. It was just really, really intense. I know I'm talking right. I did it before too. I was.
Oh, you did?
Okay. Yeah, I was. What was
Who are you?
In Yellow.
Oh, yellow. Oh, yellow. Okay. Okay.
That was fun
Cool.
too. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because you had like to do the music part, and I had to like go back and forth. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, so you do plays too.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
done it
cool.
now, but it's cool though, the act and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't want to keep staying on the music, but I do because I want to talk about your other EP. God, no, we already did that one. God, He will take care of you.
Hmm.
That was, I was listening to it last Sunday as well, and it just filled my heart right here. Like it just, like, yeah, this is it. This is where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to always stay connected to to
Right.
God. And I just feel so good when I hear your voice singing like that, because like I'm one of those chicks like, oh, I listen to all types of music, but you know what I'm saying, I'll skip the gospel.
Right.
You sing it, it makes me like, maybe I could get back into this.
Oh,
You know,
good.
the COVID goes away, I'll go back to church.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just,
And I mean, yeah. And God is, He is, what is He to you specifically? And that, I think for me, because I'm the type of person where I have to sing what I believe. Like I don't like to sing these songs, oh glory, when I see Jesus. I like, because I'm not trying to die. I got too much to do, girl. My husband's a musician, and I'm like, I can't sing that song. I no. And even I had a hard time doing His Eyes on the Sparrow, and he had to, really get my head wrapped around. It's like, even if that song is for encouragement. People feel so low sometimes and so alone and so much in pain till they just want to die, right? Well, that song is that if God can keep the little bird in the air, right? The God that you believe, if He can keep a little bird in the air, well, then He definitely He can watch over you. It's not about religion. And I think that's probably why a lot of young people turn away from God, is they've been hurt by religion. And so my thing is, you can see nature, that there is a supreme being. Now, I believe in God. The whole religion part of it, that is subjective. That people, hey, I want to get off into that, but it has to, my music, I choose music that resonates with me, that I can truly, when I sing it, I know what I'm singing about, and I believe what I'm singing. So if that's coming across in my music, I'm really thankful. And I'm glad that you were blessed. And that particular song, He Will Take Care of You, I like that song because it's not about religion. Again, it's about He, who's your He, right? Will take care of you. No matter what it is, no matter what you're going through, He will take care of you. Even if you think like, I don't know, just know that someone's right there. They're watching you. They got you, and it may seem impossible, but he'll take care of you.
yeah, Doris, that was a beautiful testimony, because yeah, you were right. Like, a lot of young people are shied away from like going to church and being super religious and stuff, but you don't have to be super religious in order to believe in something.
Believe, right.
Whoever your God is, then go with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody's right here, like you said.
Yeah, He's watching. Yes. So good. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I want to ask you not a one more question, but another question. How do you go about casting for your different productions?
Okay. We post and casting notices or what have you, and go through an audition process. And sometimes things that we would do, we kind of know, like one thing I did before, you kind of knew what you wanted, who you wanted to work with, and you may do a piece around that for them, that would feature them. And so we just go through the normal, casting process. Like with my particular show we did, because the musical director was in charge of all the music, he was the one that got the band members and what have you for that part.
That's cool. Now, what's the youngest cast member you've ever worked with?
Not in my production, but in The Wiz, I think she had to be about 7 or 8.
Wow.
Yeah, and you should see her now. She's so beautiful. She was a little girl in even though I was Dorothy, she was one of the little munchkins. So she but it was cool working with them though. Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so overall, like, what has been your favorite production that you produced?
Well, the Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill is the favorite, and I guess that's kind of selfish because of it was me, but specifically me. But that particular thing is because I saw that one from A to Z. You know, from the licensing, the funding, everything. And you know, again, we're new and we're just starting, and so I'm hoping that my goal is I'm working with a brand strategist now and redoing my we're actually doing a website to really focus in so I want to work with more creatives. I want to use our production company as an opportunity for other, you know, young creatives to put their dreams out there, you know, to show them and help them produce. Help them get their work out there.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're building basically your own entity, your own entertainment company. So like, if you have an idea, a playwright, and such, you can come to Doris D Sunflowers.
Yes, and we will help you get it out there.
Now let me ask you a question. Okay, if have you seen so far in the creative world another type of choral poem like for girls who consider suicide at the end of the rainbow? Anything?
I haven't, but I'm sure there is. You know, there's so many different. Like we just saw this. San Francisco Playhouse just did a piece on. Oh gosh, I don't remember the name of it, but it was about a young girl who was she was after the Hurricane Katrina. She was in the Superdome, and she had been, you know, violated there, and it showed you kind of what her life went through after that whole incident happened. I have to get the name of it, and I'll send it to you. But the playwright, young African American woman, she wrote this play, and it was a fantastic play, and I was able to view it virtually, and so that was really cool. Because now, you know, theaters have been dark since 2000, since, you know, the pandemic. Many theaters are not haven't been doing anything, and a lot of them had to close their doors because they could not afford, you know, going through the pandemic. But this particular playhouse, they were able to do a virtual show, and so yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'll send you the name of that because that was a really good piece.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And speaking of doing virtual shows like we're doing right now,
yes,
you plan on doing any virtual shows? Like,
yes,
myself can go view you and see you do your thing.
Yes, absolutely. I just got cast a 42nd Moon Street here in San Francisco. They just cast me to do Billie Holiday again at Lady Day or Emerson's Bar and Grill. And so folks can go on their website, 42nd Moon Street, and purchase virtual tickets to see the show. It will open May 8th. And it will run through, I think, to the end of the month. I think it's till like May 20th. It's actually on my page. Let me just verify that really quick. Let's see. When is that? Oh, man. Yeah, because it's going to happen. Why didn't I? I'm so sorry. I should have had that already out. Why can't I find it now? Because gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, good. Trust me.
Yeah, so it's running May 8th through the 30th.
Okay.
And you can purchase tickets, and you'll be able to view it online.
All righty then.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, so it's not my production company is not producing it. 42nd Moon Street is doing it, but I'm very thankful that they, you know, chose me to play the role though.
So, just based off the name of your production company, is your favorite flower a sunflower?
Yes, can you look? I have them sitting on my desk. This is I keep them little.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, I love sunflowers. Yeah.
Why do you love sunflowers so much?
I part of it is the yellow. Yellow is very calming. It calms me. The petals. Sunflowers are just warm. They're about life. They're about living, and I love them. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, it's slow.
That's beautiful. That's my favorite sunflower too. I mean, flower
It
too.
is. Is it? Oh wow.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Okay, so what I found something very interesting about you. Now you go by this quote by Maya Angelou. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the quote is, "People, yes. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel."
Yes, and I mean that right there, because it is so important how, and the older I get, the more I'm in tune to that feeling, right? Because we, especially as women, we have an intuition, but a lot of times we ignore it, and not because of necessarily just being ignorant. It's because we were never taught to trust it, right? Many things were going on with us in our childhood or as we were growing up in our environment didn't allow us to trust it, right? We didn't have someone that supported us when we told them, hey, this doesn't feel right. They all just go on, you're fine. You're just making it up. And so many of us, that part of us was never developed, right? So what I from that quote is, I'm responsible for how I, make a person feel. And I really think about that. And that's where I try to put myself in their position. How would it make me feel? Right. So I try to, really practice that. And then also, I'm paying attention to, the person could be saying whatever to me, but how am I feeling? What is my body saying? Am I tensing up? Am I clenching? Because now I'm starting to learn that now. I've been in certain situations and I just had to, wait, why are my teeth clenching? It's because this person is making me uncomfortable. Okay, why is that, Doris? Where's that coming from? And so as I'm learning more and more on how to do that, and I hope to, especially encourage our young ladies coming up, young kids coming up. One of the things they don't do is talk about those things in school, and so hopefully that's a whole nother soapbox of mine, but yeah, that's what I live by. Yeah.
Okay. I love the way you thinking. I swear I do. So what's one of the ways you're implementing that into your own children, like how to trust your intuition and how to go along with your discerning spirit?
Yeah. So one of the things that, my daughter is 31. I have two daughters. My biological daughter is 31. My stepdaughter is 31 as well. And one of the things with my daughter, she just had a little girl and she'll be 2. And if you want to know the kind of parent you were, watch your children raise their children. It's like, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my God, there's some stuff I should have told her. I should have taught her this. But one of the things is, as a young mother, I'm telling her, well, what are you feeling? When your child is doing certain things, your instincts is telling you what to do. Don't listen to other people tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. What are your instincts telling you to do? Trust that. And, because she calls me a lot and she asks me a lot of questions. And sometimes I think, did I coddle her a little bit too much? Because I'm trying to get her, trust yourself. You know what to do. You have this. Because if something ever happened to me, I want you to be able to still live your life, right? But things that she doesn't like, I'm like, okay, let's sit with that. Why don't you like it? Well, maybe I should like it. No, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You have a right to not like it. And so I'm trying to maybe teach some lessons that maybe I should have taught when she was a little younger, but I was a young mom as well. So it's just, yeah, I'm trying to make up for it now. And even my bonus daughter, I talk to her a lot about, how do you feel? Trust that. You meet a guy, if he's not saying what you want to hear, it's okay. You don't have to be okay with him liking you. You're beautiful. Other people will like you, right? You don't have to just be nice to him. But what is it? How does he make you feel when you're in his presence? And so just making them think more is kind of my way of trying to help them and encourage them.
That's beautiful, Doris. And I'm serious. I had a lovely conversation with you. I actually don't
Thank you.
In this. I want to get to know you more. But
oh yeah, we definitely can hook it up. Because I wanna because my dad pastored a church on Pulaski Road there in Chicago. So from 7th grade till 12th grade, we traveled back and forth from Grand Rapids to Chicago
for 5 years.
To go to church. Yes. So I'm familiar, and we lived on the south side. We had a house over there, so I'm familiar with Chicago.
Yeah, you definitely are well-rounded.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Anyway, yeah. So thank you, Doris, for
thank you
this blessing, because it's just really fun talking to you, man. It's just so fun. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and hopefully we can connect again. And again, remember, folks can go to 42nd Moon Street and get those tickets to view the show online.
Thank you again. And thank you guys for tuning in. You can watch this on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And also can check this episode out on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, iTunes, and Pandora, Spotify, and so many others. Wherever there's podcasts, and you can watch this. All right? Peace.